And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new DC movie Shazam. Now, Shazam stars Zachary Levi and is based off the comic book character Shazam. He used to be known as Captain Marvel, but you know, the whole Marvel DC stuff, very tricky comic book move, so they decided to change his name to just Shazam. So we have Billy Batson, who's, you know, a typical normal kid. He's a foster kid as well. He's trying to look for his mother. He doesn't know where his mother is, and he's been trying to look for her his whole life. So, you know, he bounces from foster home to foster home because he's just trying to, you know, not trying to have a new family. He's just trying to find his mother. And he ends up in this weird cave place where he meets this wizard who grants him the powers of the gods, leaving the power. If he says Shazam, he ends up being basically Zachary Levi and becoming a superhero. So think of the movie big, but with superheroes. I like this movie a lot. This movie is very good. This movie's funny. First of all, this movie is just like hilarious in every sense of the word. But it has some great moments too. A lot of good characters in this movie. You have Zachary Levi, who switches between the other kid who plays Billy Batson, the younger version, but I can't remember the actor's name, and I apologize. He was very good as Billy Batson. He was believable. He felt like you feel for him. You like wondering, oh, is he gonna find his mom or whatever? You worry about him in this movie, but when he becomes Shazam and he transforms into this big godlike guy, and obviously if you had that kind of power, typical kids would do stupid things, you know, go to a supermarket or whatever and buy drinks or whatever it is. It's just hilarious. And his other friend, who's also a foster kid but he's also kind of disabled, he was great as his brother, if you will. And he knew all about the whole, you know, superheroes, Superman, Batman. He knows all of that and how to handle it. So he's always helping Billy out with the testing of what powers he has. So we got to see that. That was very cool. We had a villain in this movie, and it was played by Mark Strong. And Mark Strong is no stranger to the DC franchise. He used to play Sinestro, and he was going to play, you know, Yellow Lantern Sinestro, but they never made a sequel to that movie. But, yeah, I honestly think Mark Strong's character, Dr. Zavar, I believe. I think he's so far the best DC villain they have had yet. Second to Zod, but if you don't count Zod, I count him as number one. I think he's the best because when you see his backstory and you get his backstory here, and it was very well done. You know, it's not one of these backstories like, okay, come on, give me to the point where, like, give me a purpose of caring for this character. You actually care about his character. You know, it's not like one of these villains who oh, I want to blow up the universe or I want to take the powers for myself. No, he has a purpose for why he wants to do what he has to do to Shazam and why he's attacking him and attacking the city. He has a purpose, and his purpose is pretty interesting. You know, it's not like any other villain I've ever seen. And I actually thoroughly enjoy that. So I actually think he's a pretty cool character. And I hope he comes back for a sequel. Because I think Mark Strong is a good actor. And he did a really, really good job with this. So, yeah. So, and the action scenes were great. The comedy was like par none. The director of this movie was, I think, from the... I forgot what comedy he did. I just can't remember which one it was. But he did a great job with the direction. And the comedy was on, you know, and also the trailers don't really show much. The trailers show some of the comedy, but when you watch the movie, you get a lot of more chuckles out of it, and it's great. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. There are a couple of scenes here that I didn't like. Like, there's certain, like, monsters in the movie. Not to, you know, spoil it for that, but it's not really anything major. You know, some of the, you know, certain angles with them were kind of, like, cheesy, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to bother with that. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie a lot. I think this is like maybe my second favorite DC movie so far, behind Aquaman and, you know, maybe, and bumps down Wonder Woman to third. So I thoroughly enjoy this movie a lot. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think kids are going to enjoy this movie. It's a PG-13 movie, yes. It does have some languages, but no nudity. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. This movie is just fun, hilarious, action. It had everything you wanted for a DC movie, and they did a really good job with this. And hopefully this momentum moving forward keeps them on a good track. Because so far they're on that track now. Remember, they had their train leave the station, and then it crashed. And then, they got back on track with Aquaman, so hopefully this can continue moving forward to see what this whole DC non-extended universe, whatever the heck they're going to call it now, continues doing really well. So let's hopefully, hope for it, pray that it does really well. And, as a comic book fan, we can all enjoy it together. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.